Hello, welcome to Real Frank Rants. Thanks for checking it out. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the DC drama. Henry Cavill is out as Superman. Therock Dwayne Johnson's ego is in his way. I have a theory. Here he is, wanting to be king of DC, sitting in his little throne. But guess what? Boop, 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 boop. Corporate Captain America comes in and says, "Boo! Get the fuck out of that chair, sucker!" We'll get into all that next.
Real Frank.
So here's my theories, all right? Dwayne Johnson, Therock, he always wanted a piece of that superhero pie. I think he's always been obsessed with that superhero pie. A lot of money in that superhero pie. So when Black Adam was out and he was promoting the movie, he was asked this question quite a bit. Let's take a look at this tweet. Been asked this a lot, and my answer is no. We're not chasing Marvel Studios. That's not smart. We're DC Comics. DC Comics, people. We're DC. We're not chasing Marvel Studios. There's only one Black Adam and only one Superman, and we don't chase anybody. I respect the game, but to me, we're trailblazers and disruptors. So he's trailblazer and a disruptor. Now, you noticed in that comment, he only referenced two characters, Black Adams and Superman. I mean, there's a lot of other DC characters, especially Batman. My buddy over here is this guy right here is pretty fucking big too, you know? So, interesting take from someone who also shares the same manager, which we'll get to in a second. So the man has always wanted a piece of the superhero pie. Now, who wouldn't? There's a lot of money to be made as an actor in those movies. But to say they're going to be trailblazers, how are you going to differentiate yourself from Marvel? Marvel is a monster, a juggernaut. They got great storytelling, great writing, and you're just coming into it, and your ego may prevent something. So let's get into a little more of this here. There's this Twitter guy I was following, Superman on Film. He's a really good follow. He has a in-depth, hypothesis here. Let's take a look at his. So when he recently stated, this is Therock, that he's been working on the film for 15 years, parties sell it as a passion project. For example, he was going to be several DC characters. He kind of subtly over the years talked about Green Lantern, this Lobo guy, and this Lobo guy Peyton was going to supposedly direct, and that kind of fizzled-fazzled. So it always looked like he was looking to get some sort of way into the superhero game. And then in 2014, he started dropping hints on Instagram about playing Jon Stewart. Remember that? Jon Stewart stuff? I think it was going to be a Netflix film or something like that. And he has old tweets here for that, but nothing ever came out of that. And then after that, it became sort of clear that he had an open-end deal with DC, meaning he could develop something for DC because, DC's a fucking mess. They needed something, some big star. So he could choose either play Shazam or Black Adam, right? He wasn't locked down to one character like most actors. Now, I don't know why he didn't choose Shazam, but being a good guy, because part of the issue, I think, is his ego of not wanting to be a bad guy, but his Black Adam character is really a bad guy, which if you saw his fucking movie, doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but we'll get into that in a minute here. Then, he sat on the sidelines while DC went through its own growing pains in 2017 through 2019, and then finally began to launch the Black Adam universe. He barely promoted or said a word about Shazam, which is kind of weird, right? I believe his $7 production company is the one that helped put that film out, so why wouldn't he promote it a little bit? I think he did very little promotion for it, but very strange, right? And then, when his movie came out, Black Adam, if you saw it, I did a whole review on it, and honestly, that movie was a piece of shit, okay? It was awful. He's supposed to be a bad guy, but he never really does anything bad, does he? He's fighting to protect these people. It's just awful. It's like, you're going to be bad, you have to be a bad guy, and you have to lose to the good guys. But his ego does not allow him to do that, so why do you pick a guy to be a villain? It was dumb. The story was dumb, all right? If you really look at the story, it was awful. And then the big thing at the credits, they had Henry Cavill come in as Superman. And that was the big thing. So he was going to start a war with Superman. But how is that going to ever play out, right? He wasn't going to fucking lose to Superman. They're going to drag that out for 3 fucking films. What's going to happen? And you may not be aware of this either. When he's doing his Fast and Furious movies, every one of those stars had in their contracts about how many times they had to be punched. Because they didn't want to be punched more than one other to keep their egos in check. So how is he going to keep a world with Superman and him, and then his real arch nemesis in the comics books is Shazam, but he doesn't want to do Shazam or be part of Shazam, which we'll get into in a second here. It's very strange. But then people started putting it together. I told you all, The Rock and $7 used Henry Cavill to boost Black Adam box office. Totally agree with that 100%. I went and saw Black Adam in the movie theater, and it wasn't full. It was practically empty. And there was no laughs or anything. Nobody got excited. But until the credit scene where they showed Superman, everyone got all excited about that handful of people that were there. It was bait. It was bait for sure. In the end, it feels like Dwayne Johnson brought Henry Cavill back as marketing stuff for Black Adam. Honestly, seems like The Rock used him as a tool to try to create hype for his movie. 100%. That's all it was. Because this movie sucked. And the only thing that everyone talked about in his movie was Superman. They didn't really talk about his movie. Think about it. Everybody's excitement was the little 20-second cameo of Superman in a 2-hour movie. It's pretty pathetic. And then this. I don't know if... well, let me read this first. The Rock has debunked a report from Punk News claiming that Henry Cavill fired his manager months prior to Superman exit. And then you see here, 100% not true. You may not be aware of this, but... or maybe you are. Danny Garcia, who is also The Rock's manager, Dwayne Johnson's manager, is also Henry Cavill's manager, Superman's manager. Now think about this. He creates a little clip at the end for Superman to come in, right? So then they're going to build this entity. So whenever he makes some money, he's going to be double dipping, right? Because his fucking manager is Superman's manager and his manager, right? And they're part of the whole company. Him and her are partners for that $7 production, his thing he created. So we get double pay. Henry's commission, his money. So of course he wants Superman in there and Henry to play Superman, because that's it, man. Double dipping, motherfuckers. I'm a fucking double dipping. That's what he's thinking. So here they all three are. That's Danny Garcia in the center. But then there's rumors that Henry fired. I mean, seems pretty possible, right? But he's trying to debunk that. I mean, he was on The Witcher, a very successful Netflix series, and he left it recently, right? Because he supposedly was all these Superman stuff was going to happen in the works. And then James Gunn took over, and then they filled his role in The Witcher with Liam Hemsworth, or one of the Hemsworth brothers, and he lost that. So he's fucking unemployed right now. He's out of work. Their strategy blew up in their face. There he is. Look at those arms on that girl. And then people like me started realizing what a shitty movie Black Adam's really is. Just watch Black Adam and damn, I'm shedding tears, yo. The plot, the themes, the characters, the dynamics, the drama, the emotional moments, everything was garbage from beginning to end. Oh, to the hospital, on my way to the hospital, definitely the worst movie I've ever seen. It was bad. If you take away your love, if you have love for Dwayne, and you really look at the movie itself, the story, it is awful. I got a whole review on the movie. Check it out. I think we did a very good job on that episode. Oh, here's another one. The best part of Black Adam was the Henry Winkler. That was strange, right? Henry Winkler was on there as the one hero's or grandpa or something. It was very strange why he was chosen. It was very short. The fun. Hey, I used to be a superhero. Hey. Pretty weird. And then, what's even stranger is his ego. He declines to shoot any cameos in Shazam that's coming out in March. Dwayne Johnson reportedly declined to shoot a cameo as Black Adam for Shazam, Fury of the Gods, telling Warner Bros. I'm only here to play the big leagues. He's only here to play in the big leagues. What a fucking ego, right? Because if you're into the comic books, now I'm no comic book expert with these two characters, so I'm not even going to try and pretend. But from my understanding, Shazam, arch nemesis was Black Adam. Now it seems ludicrous that the character's arch nemesis is not even in the movie, and they don't even put in a little cameo. And it's because of his fucking ego, right? Because in that situation, he's the bad guy. So why did you choose a bad guy character to play? He was going to change the DC universe. I'm telling you, his fucking ego is out of control here. The Rock doesn't seem to understand the only reason Black Adam would introduce in a cinematic universe is that Billy could eventually defeat him. Yeah, defeat him. Think about that. Makes sense, right? The hero defeats the enemy. Pretty fucking crazy concept, right? The fuck? The fuck? It's so frustrating, right? And he also has a dislike for Shazam. The Rant previously reported that The Rock held a thinly vile disdain for Zachary Levi's character. He doesn't even like Shazam, according to this report. Makes it even fucking weird, right? It's so fucking weird. The Rock's obsession with Black Adam fighting Superman refusing to cross over Shazam is so odd. It would be like someone made a Lex Luthor movie where Batman is set up to become his arch nemesis. Right? Surprise! 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 You're never gonna fight your arch nemesis. It's very, very strange, and that's a good description there. Lex Luthor never fight. He's gonna fight Batman instead of Superman. It's very weird. Very, very weird. And then what's even stranger is this. He tweets out this tidbit of information. Dwayne Johnson DC picked Black Adam to profit. Here's how. Now, why, as a mega superstar, are you tweeting out about how profitable your film is going to be? Was he getting annoyed from the people saying how bad it was? Okay. Is that his ego getting in the way? I've never seen a celebrity tweet out something about the profit or how it was going to be profit on a movie. It was very weird. So this was his first tweet. Take a look at this. And then here is another tweet, which is even stranger. Waited to confirm with financiers before I share this excellent Black Adam news. Our film will profit between 52 million and 72 million. Fact, at almost 400 million. Believe our new franchise step by step. I mean, isn't that weird? Why would a superstar actor have to tweet to the world how profitable his film was? It is so weird. I've never seen that. Does Tom Cruise tweet that fucking shit out? No, I don't think I've ever seen that. Ever. It's crazy. I think his fucking ego, all the fans were tweeting him, or he's hearing it from his pals in Hollywood, how it was a flop and all this shit. Since this was his little passion project, his ego was getting kicked in the nads and his feelings were hurt. His feelings were hurt. The Rock's feelings were hurt. People were saying the movie was a flop. So he wanted to prove it to everybody. So he sent out this tweet to say how profitable it was because he couldn't take it. Big muscle man couldn't take it. It's a weird tweet, man. Fucking is a weird tweet. Really is. And he even includes some financial sheets with it. Check this out. He's got it broken down. He sends this out. I mean, I have never seen another actor in Hollywood do this. Very, very strange. But, shame. Someone got caught stretching the truth. Someone got caught stretching the truth. Dwayne Johnson is once more in the spotlight, but the time not for the right reason. Warner Brothers executive reportedly claimed that Dwayne Johnson disclosed inaccurate information regarding Black Adam's economic success. Oh boy, someone told a little white lie. Warner Brothers execs think The Rock and his team purposely leaked a financial sheet with misleading stats to Deadline to make it seem like Black Adam was financially successful. Somebody got caught. Somebody got caught. Betcha his big ego didn't like it. I don't have a fucking clue why he did that. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. It is very weird. And then there's some funny tweets. Rock staying like this with Black Adam's box office returns to make them look bigger. Vin Diesel's bigger than The Rock. And he hates fucking Vin Diesel. That's even funnier. Crazy week for DC, and especially a bad week for The Rock. Rock cooked the books to make it seem like Black Adam was successful. Rock's efforts to bring back Cavill was for nothing. Rock refused a Black Adam cameo in Shazam 2. Gale and Henry cut from Flash. Yeah, they were cut from Flash 2 that's supposed to come out. Man, he fucked things up, man. Crazy week. Here's another one. His cast is Black Adam. The movie is development hell for over a decade. Spends years going on about the hierarchy of the DC universe. That's the funny thing. Remember the hierarchy of the DC universe is going to be changing soon because of me. Because of me. Here, I got changing because of me. I'm the fucking king. It's going to change. Strongman's Warner Brothers bringing back Henry. The movie flops, commits fraud. Henry's fired, refuses to elaborate, and leaves. Fucking leaves, right? And here's the other thing. Black Adam will go down in history as the film that killed the DC universe as we knew it. Wonder Woman 3 got canned. Man of Steel got canned. Henry's out. Not excited for Shazam, Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman at this. He burned DC himself because his movie flopped. Then he tried to burn the books, and he got fucking caught and called out. What's fucking wrong with this guy? He's a millionaire. Then he unfollows the Black Adam and Warner Brothers Discovery Instagram accounts. He's really pissed, isn't he? That ego, can't take it. And what's even more amazing, Black Adam came out to HBO Max. He did not talk about it once. Usually, when a movie comes out to a streaming platform, they promote it, right? They promote it. You hear nothing. Nothing at all. I went to his Instagram account, and he had nothing there talking about it opening on HBO last weekend, or whenever it came out. Not even a tweet. Nothing. You think he's pissed? His feelings are hurt? I think his feelings are really hurt. I really think he wanted to be the king of DC. He wanted that throne. He wanted to sit on that throne. He wanted to be the Kevin Feige of DC. The whole DC universe was going to go through him and his bad guy, which was not a bad guy, which was going to be a good guy. And then his ego, the fucking movie flops. And then DC hires someone else and then kicks him out. His ego couldn't take it. Oh, he fought on the chair. You got fucking kicked out of the chair. Look at, he's out of the chair. You wanted this chair, you're fucking out of this chair. It's sad. It's a sad way to go. And then finally, after being quiet for so long, he finally says something. A Black Adam message he tweets out there on Twitter. He puts this out there. My passionate friends, I wanted to give you a long-awaited Black Adam update regarding the character's future. James Gunn and I connected. Black Adam will not be in their first chapter of storytelling. Or fucking ever. But DC and $7 have agreed to continue exploring possible ways. That's fucking Hollywood jargon there for I don't want to hurt your feelings, but we have no plans for your shitty character because you don't want to be a real bad guy. And then he's got to drop names. James and I have known each other for years and have always rooted for each other and it's to be successful. I'll always root for DC and Marvel to win and win big. Bullshit. You guys know me and I have very thick skin. He doesn't have thick skin. We just saw he doesn't have fucking thick skin. He tried to cook the books. He wanted the world to think his movie was not a flop. He's got thick skin. We'll continue. The decision made by James and DC Leadership represents their vision of DCU through their creative lens. After 15 years, blah, blah, blah. We did great to my passionate and vocal Black Adam superhero general fan. I love you, thank you. And I'll always listen to you. And I'll do my best to deliver to entertain you. Unless it causes me to hurt my ego. And this is a thing that, I don't know if you go to his Instagram account, but it's just a fucking marketing channel now. I mean, you can't blame him. He got 800, he's got like a ridiculous 300 some million people following him. So all he does is promote his products. I mean, and here he is. He's got to, even in this emotional statement, he's still got to plug his tequila. And let's have some tequila, my tequila. And then this was on Instagram. Appreciate all the support and love. Has been very cool to see. We gave it our best shot, delivered a great movie, and now we move on down the road. Someone licking his wounds. Yeah. Someone who wanted to be in the chair. Who wanted to be the big dog. Oh, yeah, he wanted to be this guy sitting in his chair with his balls hanging out. His balls resting on that chair and said, hey, everyone come suck. I'm the big fucking DC guy. I'm the big fucking DC guy. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. I'm the big fucking DC guy. Come over here. But then James Gunn came and he said, enough of that shit. I'm wiping all of your memories of that fucking shitty movie. And then James Gunn did the, keep these relationships alive in Hollywood, the Hollywood thing, because nobody wants their feelings hurt in Hollywood. He tweeted this. Love The Rock. I'm always excited to see what a $7 do next. Can't wait to collaborate soon. Oh, but he wanted to be sitting in a chair, wanted his nut sacks resting on that chair, and he's like, come over here, I'm in the chair. You want to see my ball bags? I'm in the chair. And then, America Corporation, you're not making any money for us, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of that chair. You fucking out. You don't deserve that chair. You don't deserve that chair. You're out. It's my chair. Dwayne's feelings got hurt. The Rock got crushed. That's my theory. It was a tough week for him. He's not used to those hits. He's used to those wins, taking the hits of his ego. He's a broken man. He's out of the chair. But he'll move on. I mean, he's got his energy drink. He's got his XFL, which he's promoting all the time. So he'll be just fine. So don't worry about Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He will be back on his feet in no time. Until next time, thanks for watching.